Hi, and welcome to the Principles of Design. We're going to have a short presentation about some different principles that you can use when you're designing, no matter what you're designing, whether it's online or print, whether it has a lot of photos or whether it's an illustration. Some of these are going to be repetition, emphasis, pattern, proportion, movement, balance, variety, and unity. Alright, let's get started. First, let's talk about repetition. What do you see when you look at this image? What we have here are a lot of repeating elements that go up the building. So you can see these shapes become a repeating chevron pattern. These lines repeat over and over. Repeating elements in an image make the art seem active. Some element in the piece is repeated over and over in a regular arrangement. This can be shapes, lines, colors, or motifs. Alright, now we'll talk about emphasis. What do you see when you look at this image? The line. Why are we drawn to that? The shape, the contrast in color, the different in the textures. Emphasis can be any area of special attention or importance that's given to a part of a work. Such as in this one, we have a dark shape, or this green, that's in a light composition. So our eye is automatically going to be drawn to it. It's the focal point of a work. It can be the placement, contrast, color, size, or even repetition that relates to a focal. Next we have pattern. Pattern is just a repeating of an object or symbol over the work of art. Here we have a weave pattern that's in a photograph, but you see patterns all the time. Look at fabrics. Look at what you're wearing. Look at the wood grain maybe on your desk. Everywhere we have patterns all around us. A pattern is a regular arrangement of alternated or repeated elements. These can be shapes, lines, colors, but they're repeated throughout the piece. Proportion. As you can see here, we've got a human figure, and we can look at the size of the head based on proportion of the body, the legs. This is very important when you're drawing figures. A feeling of unity is created when all the parts, the sizes and amounts, relate well to each other. Proportion can refer to the size of a head compared to the rest of the body when you're talking about humans, or the relationships between objects in respect to size, number, and so on. This is often also referred to as scale. Movement or rhythm. As you can see, the movement in this picture draws you down further down the road. It's the path where the viewer's eye goes in the work of art, often to the focal area. It can be directed along lines, edges, shapes, color. All of those can direct movement in a work of art. Through reoccurring elements to direct the movement of the eye, there are 5 kinds of rhythm: random, regular, alternating, progressive, and flowing. Balance. The distribution of visual weight of objects, colors, textures, and space. Feeling of balance results when the elements of design are arranged symmetrically or asymmetrically to create an impression of equality in weight or importance. In this photo, we have a symmetrical balance, whereas both sides are of equally the same visual weight. Variety. As you can see here in this image, we have several things going on. We have repetition, we have pattern, we have emphasis over here with this contrasting color and different shapes from the rest. Variety is used when we use several elements of design to hold the viewer's attention and guide them through the work of art. Unity. This is also referred to as harmony. Unity is the feeling of harmony when all the parts of the work of art come together for a sense of completeness. They give the viewer the feeling that all the pieces form a coherent whole. As you can see in this image, while it's also harmonious just because of the subject matter, but we have several different elements and principles of design going on. We have repetition in the rows. We have movement as we move down into the image. We have contrast in the colors of the blues of the skies and the greens and earth tones. We have emphasis here on the sunset. Even though we have different things going on in the image, different principles of design are in use, there's a visual balance in the image that all create a sense of unity. I hope you've enjoyed this presentation on the principles of design.